Alright, howdy everyone, Frankie here, New West Reset. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back and thanks again for shooting in, joining a fella here for another boots on the ground video. Look at this beauty we're going to be checking out here today. This is the King Edward School, supposedly built in 1912. I filmed a lot of sandstone schools here in the city before, but this is one of the biggest in terms of height. It's one of the tallest. I've done 2-story, a couple of 3 stories, but 4 stories. Rare as hen's teeth, I think, around these here parts. So this area is known as Marda Loop because apparently the old electric municipal Calgary railway, the old street car, trolley, trams, used to come up into this neighborhood, and then it would loop around and go back down into downtown. So I am basically just off of the intersection of 16th Street and I think I'm on 21st Avenue Southwest. I don't know, I'll put the address down in the link below as per usual. But yeah, we're gonna have a look at this thing. It's been monkeyed around with a little bit over here, as you can see, with some modern junk. It's no longer a school. It's now an art space that's funded by the city, I believe, or partly funded by the city, partly by the province. But anyway, we're going to check out as much as we can on the front here, then we'll go around to the back and see what's what. So stick around, I'll be right back.
About a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for a basement.
So you can see this old beauty's got a couple of cupolas on the top there as well. Absolutely outstanding that those haven't been messed around with too much. So get you in on that. One right up there, and the other one's right there. I'm assuming there was a third one, but it's behind the modern crud they've added here for some reason. I guess it's better than tearing it down though, you know. And they have this sort of modern metal gate thing here. Sort of a gated entranceway or archway, I don't know. It's kind of fugly, but the modern stuff usually is compared to the beautiful old school stuff. Looks like they got a coffee shop in here and stuff. Beautiful, beautiful building. Massive stone entranceway. Sandstone. As per usual here with a lot of the schools, churches, the old city hall. Supposedly sourced out of local sandstone from one of, well, depending on the source, anywhere from a dozen to 15 or 16 sandstone quarries in the city between the 1890s and just before WW1. There's a plaque here. Check that out. I'll just hold it there if you want to pause and read the official narrative. This large 3-story, yeah, no kidding, large. Probably the second biggest school I've done. The Balmoral School is a bit bigger than this, and it also has this beautiful cupola on top, also made out of sandstone. Hello.
Hello.
So they've combined some smooth finishes on the sandstone and then the roughly hewn, and then the beautiful pillars here. Again, the King Edward up there, and the date of 1912. It's in exquisite condition. Aside from, as mentioned, this modern crap here. No arches on the windows though. They're all rectangular, squared off windows, which I'm assuming was how it was originally built, because you can see the massive sandstone headers above all the windows going all the way up to that very tippy top floor there. And of course, the telltale pediment shape at the very top. That's often a hallmark of old schools here. I love these old school schools. and they're well looked after like this, they're certainly a beautiful old structure. See if I can get you on the very top along the eave there. There's some nice details up there as well. The lighting isn't the best right now. It's a little bit cloudy here today. Oh, look, there's a camera filming me while I'm filming. Of course there is. You can see that there. Some nice detail on that. Let's poke around the front here a little more. I think I'm seeing, looks like they've had to shimmy or shore it up here with some concrete, but that there beside it looks like the original sandstone foundation. It's kind of hard to tell. Could be concrete smeared in schmutz to make it look like sandstone. Hard to tell. So it's sort of partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Had a lot of rain, so it's a little breezy today. It's about 15 degrees Celsius or so. It's around, I don't know, 60 Fahrenheit, give or take. Not the best for the height of summer here. Usually we're in the high 20s, low 30s Celsius, you know, hovering around 80s, 90s Fahrenheit. Wow, got a big coat of arms of some sort relief up there. See if I can get you on that as well. Maple leaf with a crown above it. Surprised there isn't some kind of beaver in there, like a beaver inside that crest with the crown, but they went with the maple leaf instead. You know, if it's Canada, it's either going to be a maple leaf or a beaver for some reason. I don't know. They've kind of monkeyed around with this section here too. But it looks like there used to be sets of twin windows going down window, window, window. And then they've just put in this modern windows. And there's a little entrance there for that cafe. Fresh coffee and pastries, home style cooking. Authentic Mexican food. That's quite the combination. See what's going on the side here. So this main frontage of the building, by the way, is south facing. And this is the east facing side. Still have the functioning transom windows in there. Very nice. I don't know if those would be the original windows. They look like single pane glass windows, so it could be that they're pretty old. They haven't put in the modern double pane insulated windows or anything yet. Might be able to get you a better shot of some of the detail on that eave as well. Just some nice scroll work and that on there. Beautiful. So again, this was built in 1912. I'm just going to go off memory here. 1912, the population of Calgary was somewhere between 30 and 50,000. It could have been a bit more, maybe 60,000 or so. But way up here in Marda Loop at that time when this was built, or when they're saying it was built, 1912, there really would have been nothing else up here. This house, as you saw from or this school at the beginning of the video, as you saw, we had to kind of come up a big rise or a big hill to get up here. So it is up on a high embankment. All the residential homes and a church and all the new condos and stuff that surround it are all kind of lowered down to the ground, basically at street level compared to this. So one wonders if it goes down a little further. And again, all the houses that I see around here for the most part are post-World War II bungalows and a few two-story post-WW2 homes, and then a bunch of stuff built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then big modern concrete condominium monstrosities like that. So one wonders why they built this huge school way out here in what would have been at the time a very small, if at all existing, fledgling little neighborhood. Because I am west of 14th Street Southwest right now, and at one point 14th Street Southwest was the boundary of the town of Calgary. Everything west of that was owned by CP Rail, and it was leased as grazing pastures basically for the cattle ranchers, and it was private property. And that land was sold to the town and later the city of Calgary, I believe, sold for development in roughly around the same time as my neighborhood. I believe 1906, 1907. I think this neighborhood, because it's quite a bit further south of my neighborhood, that I think this was developed a bit later, maybe even as late as 1910. But anyways, I'm going to pause it here for a moment. I'm going to see if a fella can just zip right through here around to the back of this thing, and we're going to have a little peekaboo there as well. All right, so hang tough. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, and I'm back. Unfortunately, the sun's wreaking a bit of havoc here, getting a bit of glare. We've got that same relief carving up there, the coat of arms of some sort, or the shield with the maple leaf and the crown up there. Not seeing a lot of huge differences on the back of this compared to the front, with the exception of the lack of the massive entranceway. Oh, I was way off. I'm on 29th Avenue Southwest. Thought it was the 21st or 22nd. 29th Avenue Southwest at 17th Street. Howdy. What a magnificent but huge behemoth of a structure. Wow. I know I keep saying it, but rarely see schools this large. And again, for such an early time with such a small, if any, population living around in this neighborhood, why would they build such a massive school? Oh, of course, and then you have your separate boys and girls entrance. There's the boys. Guessing the girls was over there, and they've now changed it. So let's see what this place is all about now. On now at C Space. Bunch of modern art crap. Well, there's the old fire hall. We've explored that on the channel before. And a bunch of community activities. Stuff for children, families, adults. So it's kind of a multi-purpose art space, creative space, and probably pulling double duty as a community center as well, which would sort of make sense. I'm just going to whip around here, this side of this modern addition, and see if I can even see anything. No, there's nothing here. This is all just garbage. First I thought part of the original structure was encased inside this new addition, you know, like they just built it around it, but they didn't. So I don't know if they eliminated a wing to this thing or if they just added on to the side of it. I'm not too sure. But really nothing to see on this side at all. There's some more shitty modern art. But you can see from this vantage point here, just looking south, we're up on this high rise, and the entire property is really high up. So you got to go down a slope or stairs to get down from here, and everything is lower. All the houses are lower. Even this big modern unit here is lower down. So yeah, it just kind of makes me wonder and speculate and think that perhaps this school goes down another floor, or at least another few feet anyway. It's hard to say. You know what, it seems a little bit asymmetrical at this point, so I'm thinking that there was another wing like that one there on this side, and they just knocked it down. So I'm thinking it maybe had 3 cupolas, one here and then one on each end, and they've since gotten rid of them. Get one last shot of that cupola from back here. Looks like the roof on it is metallic. I've seen that before too. I've seen that at the Sanalta school up in my neighborhood, which is a 3-story sandstone. Not as tall as this one. This one's taller than the Balmoral school, but the Balmoral school was way bigger. So I don't know if it could accommodate the same number of students or not. But the Balmoral school, being the size that it is, makes more sense for the neighborhood that it's in. But again, this would have been out in the boonies. Like there would have been nothing out here in 1912. Or even when they started building it. There would have just been nothing out here. I mean, Marda Loop, which is this neighborhood, didn't even get its name until the trolley came up through here and did its loop. And that was in, I believe, 1910, I think, is when it finally made. It started in Calgary in 05, the electric trolley. But by the time it made it up here, I think it was about 1910. You know, they start adding different routes, tracks, and extending it, expanding it. You can see how high up that is. It's like 7 or 8 feet up from the sidewalk here. Of course, just when a guy gets here to start filming, they let all the kids out. So all they need is some Karen coming out here and hollering at me. Well, that wouldn't be the first time. Just noticing that the chimney up there is a sandstone chimney as opposed to brick. So that's pretty neat too. Yeah, a real beauty and real big. All right, I'm going to take a step back, take one final wide shot of this thing here in the front, and I think that's going to do it. So hang on just another moment. I'll be back in a sec. All right, so there you go. The King Edward School, built, we are told, in 1912, locally sourced sandstone, up here in Marda Loop, way up on 29th Avenue Southwest. What a beauty. What a big beauty. Anyway, that is going to seal the deal here today for Frankie, New West Reset. Let me know what you think down below. Of course, if you could help a fellow out by doing all the other things, like, comment, subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed, share the video, all that good stuff. And until the next one, take care out there and have yourselves a good one. All right? Cheers.